All right, so earlier this week, AngelList announced their Deal Partners program. And in this video, we're going to talk about what this program is, what it means for the ecosystem, and what our thoughts are on it over here at Seed Scout. So to start off, what is the AngelList Deal Partner program? Well, the AngelList Deal Partner Program, or kind of specifically what it is they allow the GPs of funds or syndicate leads to give carry to people that brought them the deal in a very flexible manner. What I mean by this is if, Susan brought me a deal and I ended up investing in that deal, AngelList makes it super simple for me to give Susan 10% of my carry, 15% of my carry, etc. As a reminder, carry is equivalent to equity. It is the kind of the payment that a VC gets, or the stake that a VC gets. And because someone scouted that deal for me, I will easily, through AngelList, give them a piece of my carry. In short, that's what Deal Partners is. Now, a few innovations around Deal Partners. Ultimately, in order to be a deal partner, you don't have to be accredited, because by being a deal partner, you are accredited. This is a really fancy thing that fancy/simple thing that AngelList is doing. Ultimately, there's a rule that the SEC kind of put out maybe a year ago that says if you work for a firm or if you're kind of a member of a VC firm, you're automatically accredited. And this is very loose by design. So AngelList is taking advantage of this and calling everyone that scouts for the deal as partners, therefore they're all accredited. Is it a gray area? Absolutely, but I think the world's moving in this direction. I think accreditation is going to be loosened up even more, and I think AngelList is totally fine here. Now, what does this mean for the ecosystem? Well, I think it does mean that wealth is going to be transferred much faster to people that are sourcing deals, because although this was happening before AngelList announced this, it wasn't kind of codified. It wasn't really put into code. So although a firm could technically give someone that sourced a deal some carry, it was really hard for them. Maybe it took some legal fees and it was expensive. So now it's very easy. So overall, I think this is a complete net positive for the ecosystem, simply because it lowers the friction to give kind of people like me, people without capital but with deal flow, ultimately carry, which is ultimately equity in these big companies, and hopefully it makes them rich one day, right? The one, I would say, drawback, or the one thing that is kind of interesting to me is there's a piece in the blog post or in the product post announcing this from AngelList that says no VC is required to give deal flow. This is completely optional. It's something around that. And there are some pretty smart people on Twitter that were kind of poking holes in this whole, if they don't have to do this, then what's the point? Did anything change? And I think this is valid critique. I do think what changed is a little bit of the culture shift, and the emerging managers are going to be able to be more generous with their carry. But on a macro level, I don't think it changes that much. Before AngelList announced this, people could still do this, and they can still do it without AngelList. AngelList just kind of put it in code and put it in their ecosystem. So that is my overall kind of thoughts and analysis on the AngelList Deal Partners. Overall, it's great for the ecosystem, but I think it's a little less great than people think it is, but that's okay because progress is slow. Thanks for listening.